Well, goalkeeping crisis in Nigeria, that has been, major topical issues in the world of sport. And yesterday, a memorial lecture was held in honor of a special goalkeeper, one of the greats, that man the post for the Green Eagles down there, talking about best Ogedegbe. And from what happened yesterday, we looked at the best option going forward for the goalkeeping crisis in Nigeria. We try to see how we can just contribute our own quota to make sure that we don't have issues when it comes to the goalkeeping position of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. For the UEFA Champions League, well, good night for Real Madrid. And hey, I have a special guest who at least is affiliated to Real Madrid, during his playing career, an ambassador of La Liga Santander. Real Madrid won yesterday against Galatasaray by 6 goals to nothing. But it seems Pep Guardiola is sweating on the fitness of his key players. Remember, David Silva pulled off in that game against Southampton, and I can confirm to you that Ederson might not be fit for that top of the table clash against Liverpool on Sunday, Super Sunday, in the English Premier League. The NBA is on the menu. The winning team, the Springboks of South Africa, are back home and they are being celebrated right now. We have a whole lot to discuss on AM Sports on Impact Africa Television. So fasten your seatbelt as we embark on this jolly ride into the world of sports. My name is Isaiah Akiremi and I will be your anchor for today's show. Well, I'm not alone in the live studio of IATV. I've got a big guest, an August visitor in November. Trust me, you just need to inform your friends, families, loved ones, take them to, quickly flip that channel to channel 121 on Star Times, because the headmaster Mutiu Adepoju is here in the live studio of Impact Africa Television. Headmaster, good morning to you. Good morning. Good to finally meet you. I've watched you over and over again. I remember that bullet header you scored in one of the games we played at France 98, and definitely I'll be asking you what came about you being called the headmaster. But good morning. How are you doing this morning, sir?
Yeah, very well, thank you very much. It's my pleasure. This is my first time coming to this studio. Wow. And I'm honored. I'm pleased to be here.
Yeah, we are honored to also have you join us this morning. And let's start from what happened yesterday. It was one of your colleagues talking about best Ogedegbe.
Well, colleague, senior colleague.
Senior colleague. There's also senior colleague in our profession. So your senior colleague, the memorial lecture being held, in honor of him, where top dignitaries, the creme de la creme when it comes to Nigerian football, we are present. Even politicians, I saw, they are also present. So that shows how big an event it was yesterday. In honor of best Ogedegbe, one of the finest goalkeepers that this country have ever seen. From what happened yesterday. Okay, before we go to what happened yesterday, can you just quickly describe who best was to you?
Well, I was not privileged to be very close to him. As I said, he was a senior colleague. Who were very young when they were playing in Shooting Stars then. So I used to go during their matches. I see Shooting Stars matches to go and watch, and that's where I started watching him until maybe after I even stopped playing football. And he was in Dolphin in Rivers as goalkeeper trainer, and I was the general manager of Shooting Stars, and those are the closeness. Anytime we meet each other, that was how I was close to him. I was not privileged to play with him or to get close to him, but from looking of things, when I was watching him, he was a great goalkeeper, in which everybody should learn. All goalkeepers coming should learn from him. And when I eventually met him, talking to him and all that, shows, because I always ask for their experiences and all that.
Experience is key.
And all that. And it's very, very, very down to earth somebody, and somebody that is going to relate to you and listen to you and try and give everything.
Some said he's also a warrior on the pitch of play. He's a commander. He does the work of the goalkeeper and also the player. The way he commands those in front of him. This is what you need to do.
This is what you need to do, and it's just talking, shouting shouting to correct the defenders. So that they can be at the very correct position, and so it's and he has a swag that
I was listening to Ogedegbe. He spoke a whole lot about their lifestyle, like you said, swag. I think is part of best Ogedegbe. But let me ask you: are you part of the school of thought that a good goalkeeper must be a communicator? That is one of the key attributes. You communicate if you want to be a good goalkeeper.
Yes, I'm part of it, because the goalkeeper is the last person in the defense, and they can see everybody. When you're on the pitch, you're running around. He's
the one behind.
Goalkeeper is always behind you, and he sees everything, all the movements. Where you are not in a very good position, he can correct you. Move to the left, move to the right. Watch. A defender is coming behind you. When you're on the pitch, you are concentrating on the ball, but the goalkeeper sees everything.
The goalkeeper should not be a gentleman.
No, not at all. It should be somebody that can talk, shout, communicate, because even to the strikers, he should be able to shout so that everybody can hear the goalkeeper.
After the death and possibly the retirement, when he left active football, have you seen, or will you be able to equate any goalkeeper that we've seen that have represented the defunct Green Eagles and the Super Eagles of Nigeria that you can equate with the level of best during his days?
Well, level to the level of this, we were very young, and growing up, looking at him, they are so big, players in which we look up to. That when we grow up, I personally, I want to be like that goalkeeper. But ever since I have not seen a goalkeeper. Yeah, we have very great goalkeepers. We have Rufai, Aloyago, we have Ikechoromu and all that. But different, everybody one has their own different characteristics, but all of them, they are communicators. They can talk to you, they can even shout at you, they can, when you are doing something wrong, they can just get you on your feet immediately. Okay,
well, Stadium Sports on Impact Africa Television, we have Mutiu Adepoju, the headmaster, here with us. From what we can see on our screen from the event yesterday, the team from the organizing committee and the chairman, Femi Okinla, said, looking at the goalkeeping situation, in Nigeria, the best option, best Ogedegbe, the best option. And I listened to Ogedegbe, who said, if we are, looking to cure the ills in the goalkeeping situation in Nigeria, they should take a leave and, see what best I've been able to do. Now, you made mention of some three goalkeepers earlier. Aloy Hago, Peter Rufai, and Ike Shoromu have their own, characteristics. And I'm looking at the present situation right now. If you're in the shoes of Genotro, from the crop of the goalkeepers that we have right now, does any, tally, or does any come to the level you've seen during your own playing days?
Well, it shouldn't have been problems if we have a league that is semi-functional. That is, the league is semi-functioning, but the ways that we develop our players, not only the goalkeepers, all the players, is what is making things very, very difficult. The league, you will see that mostly in the league, there's no player that is being transferred with big mega money or big. Big
we don't even get to see the transfer details.
We don't even get to see the transfer and all that. And that shows you that probably something is happening. Our system maybe is not being the most adequate one that could bring out players. Yes, we have these players, but how are we developing them? How have we been developing them? And that's I just believe that that's the reason why we are.
Are you not saying the Nigerian Professional Football League is a contributory factor to the mess we are? Are you saying the Nigerian Professional Football League is a contributory factor to the mess we have right now in?
Well, I won't call it a mess, but
remember, we hardly get to see NPFL players represent the Super Eagles of Nigeria, unlike your own days?
Nowadays, I mean, we don't. I mean, during Keshi, at least we had, like 5 or 6 that went to the Nations Cup. But I mean, reverse is the case. The only player that we have right now is Ezenwa, and he has.
Who many believe is not even the best.
Well,
for me, my own opinion.
Well, I don't. I won't be able to say. I mean, categorically, but I mean, he used to be a very, very good goalkeeper, and I mean, I believe that he should. If the confidence, is there from the raw, probably it should have been number 1. At the moment, and we should.
But you won't fault raw. Just like you said, the league is not functioning. It has been moribund, just kick-started, and match rust, match fitness.
So all these things, affect the way. And even right from the beginning, the way we, develop our players, in the past, few years, I believe, it's part of, the problem that we are having.
Okay, from the crop of players, or let's say the goalkeepers that you have right now, Maduka Okoye, 4th tier of league football in Germany with Fortuna Düsseldorf, their lower team. We have Francis Uzor, who many people have tipped to be the number 1 goalkeeper from what we've seen recently. Is injured right now, no thanks to that horrific injury he suffered against the Seleção of Brazil. We have Ikechukwu Ezenwa, you made mention, and Dan Akpeyi, who was crucified after the African Cup of Nations. After I was discussing with you when Kali Keme, was diagnosed with that acute leukemia, it seems it's been from one trial of one goalkeeper to the other, and Genotro have not been able to, find a solid number 1. After, Vincent Eyama left, we thought Kali came in, but no thanks to that acute leukemia, not there for the long term. Now, going forward, what do you think, the goalkeeping situation should be doing? And also Genotro, especially with, this 4 crop of goalkeepers that we have at our disposal right now. And do you think any goalkeeper or any player from the NPFL is fit enough to ruffle feathers with their foreign counterparts?
Well, I should believe, if there is this confidence, and if we have, the training and the league is, running very well, I should believe, that we should be able to have, at least 1 goalkeeper apart from, Ezenwa from the league, but if the league is not consistent and we have, 5 months without league
delay.
5 months delay without the league and all that. So how do you want to? There should be competition before you can know, and even the training of the players, including the goalkeepers. How do we train them? How have we been developing them? I keep saying about the development. It's not a matter of just okay, let's talk about let's look at the under 17 and all that. Yeah, we have very good players. But you will see that there is still some lapses in the defense during the. So how have we been doing that? Then, contrary, looking at the opponents, like the Netherlands, that they how composed they were, how organized, how tactical, disciplined. They have. But we didn't have tactical discipline. We have that force in the attack. We go to the attack and all that. But in the defense, we were very clumsy, and that was the reason why I said it. Don't let me go. We are talking about the goalkeeping the players now, so don't let me digress. Until we get to that. But looking at the league, looking at the players, General. He will, because we have given him the job, and he wants the best. If he is not winning, we're going to crucify him. We're going to, be asking questions. So he will rather go for the players that he thinks
believes
that can deliver, and that's why we are in this situation. And the league is just there, and no players from the league.
Okay, talking about the league, it's Stilium Sports on IATV. It has started. Match day 1 we saw, and we are expecting match day 2 in the Nigerian Professional Football League. And you are part, of the league. You played Shooting Stars then, and it seems the challenges that we face in recent years is still staring us, at the face. The league has started quite all right, but there's this big issue of sponsorship of the league. We don't get to see our leagues on TV. We only, just rely on reports from the pages of newspaper, and we want to know the league to, weigh up with what we have in other leagues of the world. And irregular format, have been the bane of the league, for some time past now. We spoke about the delay. Now, do you think it's in the best interest of the Nigerian Professional Football League, with no sponsors as we speak, no broadcast, right as we speak, and also when it comes to contractual details, it's erratic, erratic nature that we've seen over and over again. So, do you think that is the right way to go? And do you think this league is being run professionally?
Okay. You talk about the contractual issue of the players in clubs. Okay.
I think in Nigerian league in which they'll float players, and before sign 16 new players. Is that the right way to go?
It's the problem of the system that we've been having. It's the system in Nigeria.
Who are those responsible, for this problem?
Everybody is responsible. Not only in football. Talk about only other aspects. Now we are going to concentrate on them in football. Football, there should be contracts. Every player should have his own contract. And probably we have been doing it a different way. Now we have the LMC, League Management Company, that is regularizing and running the league, and which everything in the first year, second year was moving very well. Then we went back. We're talking about the sponsorship. A league that is not on TV, there is going to be problem of sponsorship. We had Super Sports, and I don't know what really happened, and
they pulled out.
We are no more on league, and the sponsor will not come. All the leagues, all over.
You see them on TV, PSL, on TV, the Ghanaian league, the Zambian league.
Nigerian league is not on TV. I am very sure that the LMC, they are doing their best to make sure that
maybe it's not enough,
but probably it's not enough for now. But I'm very sure that they are not relenting on their efforts. They are going to come back and bring it in. But at the moment, it's not like that, and it's going to be very difficult for sponsors to come.
Well, it's going to be difficult for sponsors to come, and remember the last time that we have a winner in the CAF club competition was in 2003-2004 when Eyimba won, and since then we've never had a good representative when it comes to club competition on the continent of Africa. But before we go for our first break this morning, because we want to show you highlights of games played at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup. No African nation, the last African nation standing, Senegal, have been sent packing by Spain. So Senegal, Nigeria, Cameroon, Angola, of course, they should find their way to the airport right now. A whole lot to discuss on Sports on ITV. But before we go for this break, remember I told you that Manu Galba have been relieved of his job. And I saw a tweet this morning from the Sports Minister, Sunday Dare, and it says, Nigeria's performance at the Under-17 World Cup calls for a review. Indeed, our football administration at all levels calls for a review. We must exert a greater responsibility from those charged with our football administration.